Nick Lenz wants you to remind us when you first met Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross for the first time. He adds, I love meeting you and Brock at Fanboy Expo in Orlando this year. So he got to meet you there.
Mm.
But he wants you to remind us when you first met Tony Schiavone and then Jim Ross.
Well, it's funny with Jim. Jim was working for Bill Watts when I first went there as me, and I was there for 5 months. And then I left and I went to Georgia Championship Wrestling where I spent 6-7 months. Then I went to Pensacola where I was 14 months. Went to Crockett and I was there for 3 years. But during that time, Tony Schiavone would have been the first guy that I met as far as the announce team. And I think Jim Ross came along later.
Yes.
Do I have that correct?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
To work for, and I just, the professionalism was incredible. And Tony and I hit it off right away. We were just, he was a big wrestling fan like I was. And I think all of, anybody that really excels at this business was a big fan first. And I could tell Tony was a fan. And we've been friends ever since. And Jim, I've worked for. He was my boss, with WWE. I worked with him as just an announcer, obviously, with WCW and Crockett. So just respect for how good they are at what they do.
As we've gotten to know Tony Schiavone outside of the announcer side too, you realize with his sense of humor, you can see how you two would have hit it off. And he tells stories about how you quip about him and all his litter of kids and all the good stuff. And that had to be so fun.
Yeah, I mean, poor Lois.
She spent the 80s on her back. I mean, come on.
Well, I can almost guarantee you she might have been on her back, but she had 2 fingers on her nose. I'll get through this somehow, damn it.
So good.
Bless her heart.
Oh, she is sweet lady. Yes, exactly.